Hey, yo, what up? Welcome back. There's not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Now, we got a headline that's been floating around, centers around everybody's favorite, Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake's self-proclaimed shooter, which is crazy to even like be jokingly saying I'm the shooter for one of the biggest stars in the world, even just having somebody say that. But his self-proclaimed shooter, Top 5, has been doing streams with academics this week with Trap Lord Ross. He's been posting on IG, and he's turned on Drake. He's dissing Drake, and it's a headline. It's getting attention. This is the world we're living when you're discussing music and hip hop right now, and somebody as big as Drake, and in the aftermath of this battle with him and Kendrick Lamar and everything that has went on, is still one of the biggest stories in hip hop, right? So it's the world we live in. It's a headline, it's getting attention. But beyond the headline, there's a lesson here, like a life lesson for me. You know what I'm saying? I look at myself first. I'm like, oh, it's something to be learned here for you, for some of y'all. And the lesson is everyone can't go. Everyone can't go. Some people you cannot save. Some people are beyond saving. Some people you cannot pour into, like in your life. But as y'all watch this, think about this and think about some of the people in your life that you kind of pour into, and no matter how much positivity or how much you try to help or how much you try to, there's no change. Can't save them. They don't want to be saved, you know? So we're going to talk about that today. So please like, subscribe, hype the video up, comment, share, do all of that. We're going to have this conversation. I'm not going to keep it too long, man. We're going to get right to it. But, this started out over the weekend and into yesterday, Monday. But Drake posted Pressa artist from Toronto, posted Pressa's new project on his IG story, supporting Toronto artists, which is something that he normally does. Top 5 apparently isn't fucking with Pressa anymore. They were once cool, and he's not fucking with him. So Top 5 posted Kendrick on his IG story. I mean, it sounds a little like high school, right? Drake posted supporting Pressa, then Top 5 goes and, well, I'm gonna post Kendrick holding all his Grammys on my IG story, and he captioned it tune and posted the audio for Not Like Us. So Top 5 streamed with academics, or he called into academic stream, and he claimed that Pressa was supposed to perform at Wireless Festival in the UK with Drake, because Top 5 asked Drake to do it as a favor. Yo, like, let Pressa get on stage with you. And something happened, and Pressa and Top 5 just wasn't cool anymore for whatever reason it is. And then Top 5 claims that he told Drake if he lets Pressa perform at Wireless, then it's going to be a problem. And Drake pulled Pressa from performing. He told that to academics. Top 5 was also in Hit a J3 on GNX, Kendrick's man, during like the Kendrick Drake battle, like Top 5 was definitely popping it on social media and talking wild shit. Hit a J3 was definitely going off. But Hit a J3, who raps as well and is featured on the actual title track GNX. I guess they was DMing each other back and forth, Top 5 and Hitter, and in the DM, seemingly referring to Drake. Top 5 was like, that nail polish guy is a weirdo for real. Seemingly referring to Drake, that nail polish guy. Then he got on Trap Lord Ross and said things like, this is just some quotes. We don't need a Drake cosign in 2026. Nothing was the fucking same since Kendrick ended him. You don't sue when you lose a battle. You go to the studio and perfect your sound. He asked, did Meek Mill sue Drake when Back to Back dropped? And then he said, I'm tired of listening to Not Like Us in my mom's, I think he said washroom, unless he used some Toronto slang. But I'm tired of listening to Not Like Us in secret. I want to listen to it in public now. Now during the beef, and he told that to Trap Lord Ross. Now during the beef, he's all in. And we might talk about Trap Lord Ross later. There's a whole other thing going on with Trap Lord Ross. And, the role of journalists or media or whatever. But maybe we'll get into that. Let me know if y'all want to talk about that. But during the beef, Top 5 is all in, right? All in. When Kendrick was on tour, he said it was a no-fly zone. He said Toronto was a no-fly zone. There were threats, maybe thinly veiled, not so thinly veiled threats. There were threats on the internet, and we talked about that on this channel. I did a video, and I said as nasty as the battle has gotten, and it definitely did. Like we talked about this, as nasty as it gotten with the disses that these guys were hurling back and forth. It was like, man, we didn't need that energy in real life. And of course, it was people talking shit on the internet or whatever, and nothing happened, thankfully. But it's also like we've seen rap battles where it can go there. We just watched the Diddy documentary and talking about the circumstances which led to Pac's death and Big's death, and there was more street shit involved than rap shit in that, but we seen how it can go left. There's so many rappers who aren't here anymore, so definitely didn't need that energy. And it's always the guys in the crew. It's always the guys around. It's always amping shit up. So you got to kind of watch the energy that you keep around you, right? Now I'm looking at this, right, and so during the battle he's all in, man, and it's a no-fly zone, and it's this and it's that, and it's just popping it for clicks and views. And now I'm looking at this, and I'm being honest. I'm like, man, Drake don't deserve this. But it's also like, damn, you got to watch the company you keep. Why do I say he don't deserve this? Because he helped that man. He paid for that man's lawyer when he was facing a first-degree murder charge related to a 2021 killing of a 20-year-old college student. And it was a move that Drake was criticized for because, at least in Toronto, a lot of people believe that kid was innocent. I don't know. I didn't all the way follow that case. I just know the little bit that I read as it was going on and in the aftermath. But there was a lot of people who believed and maintained that kid was innocent. That kid didn't deserve to die. There was a lot of people who believed that Top 5 was guilty. He was acquitted of that charge. And there were some people who were upset at Drake for supporting him. You know what I'm saying? And then once the Top 5 was free, he played the role, told the streamers and consistently said online that he was Drake's shooter. And now he's turned on him. And who knows because of what? We don't know why. But he went from being Drake's biggest defender to now repeating all of the things that you've heard about Drake, right? Some things that I've said on this channel, trying to be critical and truthful, but some particularly you don't sue after a rap battle is something that I strongly believe, right? But that's just my opinion. And it's like, all right, cool, but now all of a sudden this guy has the opinion too. Now it's almost like parroting, like he's repeating all the things that have been said against Drake and now using it against Drake. But what did Jay say? It was all good just a week ago. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. I don't believe anything he says. I think somebody who's just gonna flip like that, it just feels like it's all for clicks and to go viral and to get people talking about you and to increase your celebrity and then whatever you can get from it. I don't believe this is serious. The same way he was popping it against Kendrick and the way he's popping it against now, it just all seems like opportunistic. There's an opportunity here. And he's taking, advantage of that. He has the light. But somebody who's just going to flip like that, because even if there was some type of problem or something that happened between him and Drake, for the guy who paid for your lawyer and helped you through that situation, helped you get your freedom, even if there was an issue, if there's a problem, I don't know, to me, you hold that down. Oh man, this motherfucker tripping, but shit, he did pay my lawyer, man. So whatever, I'm not gonna take it to the public. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's running to the biggest streamers talking down now shows to me that some people would just say anything and you can't really trust it. And even like I said, when he was pro Drake and throwing shots at Kendrick, it seemed extra to me. It seemed unnecessary to me. And now that is reversed, it seems extra to me. It seems unnecessary to me. But again, it's also a lesson here to all of us as a reminder, because I know I got people in my life, not just like this situation, but that you can't save everybody, that you leveled up your situation, that you're in a certain place and you want to help. I think it's in our nature to want to help people. I definitely got people in my life that I want to help and I want to pull up, but it's like, yo, you can't save everybody. You know what I'm saying? You may want to do good. You may want to help somebody. You may want better for them than they want for themselves, but you can't save everybody. Everybody can't go. And you got to watch who you surround yourself with and who you pour into, right? And that's just the life lesson. That's the way to kind of flip this. Obviously, Drake is the headline, Top 5 is the headline, but as I was kind of just like writing notes for this and thinking about making this video, I started thinking about people in my own life and how that feels when it's like somebody you help, somebody you really show love to, somebody you wanted the best for, turn the tables on you. And it's like, damn, like, and maybe y'all got some people in like that in your lives too. I hope not. But that's the lesson today. The lesson is everybody can't go. You can't save everybody. And that's it. So let me know. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about it, man. Appreciate all y'all support. Like I said, this December, we're gonna go hard this month. We're gonna end the year strong. I'm gonna do an end of the year something. I'm still kind of putting it together in my head on what I want to do. Maybe a live stream. Maybe I'll bring some monthly music club members on the live and we just gonna talk about like our favorite stuff from this year. I gotta figure it all out. But hit me in the comments, man. All right, to the next one. Peace.